In this video, I'm going to finish off the Zap that we've been working on the last couple of videos to use the entry from the Jotform we've set up to create jobs or create deliveries in Spatula. So the first thing we need to do is, as of September 2017, the Spatula Zap step is not globally available, so you need this invite link. So if you click on this from the blog article, it'll basically take you to a page to confirm that you actually want to use Spatula. So if you click accept invite and build a Zap, it'll take you to Zapier and take you to a page to start building one. We don't actually want this page. We're going to go back to the Zap we've already been working on. But we'll now need to refresh the page just to make sure Zapier is available. Don't worry, you're not going to lose your work because it saves automatically for you as you go. But if we click the plus button here now and search for Spatula, it should now be available. There you go. So now it's available as a trigger. We're going to click create a job because we're taking the incoming form to create a job. If you have carried straight on from before and you've still got your Spatula account open, you won't need to log in. Otherwise, go log in first and then click connect an account. This is just going to prompt you in Spatula to say, do you mind if Zapier talks to Spatula? We don't mind, so click allow. Okay, and then you've got your Spatula account connected, so save that and continue. Now what we're going to do is to set up how the job is going to be created in Spatula. So you've got quite a lot of flexibility of how you want this to get set up. And you'll soon see after we create a job exactly what ends up showing up where. But let's just have a look at what I've suggested as the way to put this together. We're going to be looking, we're going to be using these buttons on the edge here to search for the appropriate fields, and you're going to be able to use, you can search without even clicking anything, or you can search directly for what's been put through Spatula, the Jotform, by coming and looking for it, or clicking on, so this will be the date time one that we're going to use, and then the lat long and the address if we need it here in the step 3 run JavaScript step. So let's just take a look at what we're going to set up. So I'm suggesting the name of the job, we might like to use the customer name and maybe the name and address. So let's see, what should we call it? Let's search here and go for name. Yeah, let's just call it the customer name. Oh, we'll put the address in as well, just for good measure. Address. So this is going to show up sort of as the main title of the job. Let's do it with maybe not the address. Let's do it from the pickup. Let's say it's an Andrew's Burgers job, so that you know it's what's the customer name and where are you going to pick it up from. So which of your restaurants or whatever it is it going to be. The lat long, this is obviously going to be, well, we're actually going to do multiple steps. Oops, I've moved this to the wrong spot. Let's just cut and paste that up here. This is the main title of the job. And we've got a section here. You'll see the box around, it says tasks. There's a box around all of this step. All of these steps. So in Spatula, each job is made up of multiple tasks, and because we're doing a pickup and delivery, we want 2 tasks. So if you don't need the drivers to be aware of the pickup because they already know, say, the restaurant name because it's up here and they don't need to be directed to it, you might just use the delivery information to set up just a delivery task. Or you can do it like this and have the pickup and the delivery task. So this might be, pickup, and then you would put the name of the restaurant, say. Pickup. Oops. Pickup. And then you might have deliver and the customer name, say. So those would be the names of the tasks. Then we need the lat and long. The lat is going to come directly from this webhook because we went and found it before and typed it in. So go click that. And the long of the pickup is going to be this one down here. And then let's just finish off the pickup while we're working on that. The address of the pickup is what we typed in as the address, so it was 123 Smith Street. or we didn't type it in, but that's what that's what I already had set up that form to be. It'll be whatever you changed it to. We're not going to use task notes. That's no longer supported, so don't type anything in there. In the latitude for the delivery, we want to use the step 3 JavaScript output and go get the lat. And same for the longitude, run JavaScript long. And for the address, we probably want to use the run JavaScript output as well, because it's now, we took all those different fields that got given in by Jotform and converted it into something a bit nicer looking. So let's use that one. Then when you come down, the customer name is going to be the customer name. The customer phone, depending on how you put this in. So let's just go grab the phone number field from this raw request phone number full. You can see what you typed in. If you notice there, hold on, let's just go back. Whoops. If you notice there, the phone number that I typed in included the Australian country code, so I don't need to put anything else in this field. If you'd used the, if you were using an American format, or if the format that you selected didn't include the country code for whatever reason, you need to make sure you include that, including the plus up the front, because that's what Spatula is expecting, a full international valid phone format. So if you have that as a requirement in Jotform, you don't need it here. If you don't, then you need to make sure it's input here. You can see why it could quite quickly become a mess if you didn't have the validation in the Jotform. And if you're getting your data from another source that's a bit less reliable, this is one of the fields that can become slightly annoying to deal with. Then we're going to, if you've got anything that you want to put in job notes, you could put it here. In fact, we could put the delivery instructions in there. Let's come down and grab those no comment delivery instructions that can go in the job notes, or you could make it an attribute, but we're not going to do that just at the second. I'll show you how these work in a moment. The job deliver by, this is the time. If you leave that blank, then the jobs will all be created and the time required will just say ASAP. So you could do that, but what we're going to do is to use this date time field, which is now. So that's the current time as soon as the job comes in, and we're going to add in plus. You need to make sure you put a space in there, and then we're going to put in the number of minutes from the prep time. So grab that preparation time, space, minutes, and Zapier is going to add 20 minutes to the time of arrival for us nicely. So that's all we need there. Then here in the attributes, so you can have as many job attributes as you want on a job. So you could have it completely blank and then there's no more info, just what we've already put in. But we want to put in something about the price, etc. So let's just show you how this looks. The value is where you're going to want to put the information that comes through the form, and then the name is just going to be how you label it for the driver. So here we're going to say prepaid tip. Or you could just call this tip, or it doesn't have to match. This can be whatever you want. And then what else do we want? The cash to collect. That'd be a useful one. That's probably all we need, so let's delete the third one. And that's it. This campaign ID is not going to be useful. We're not going to go through that now. You can use that to set a particular advert that's going to show up on the tracking link for your customers. But for now, we're just going to leave it like that. I'm going to click continue, and then hopefully when I go to test this step, it's going to create us a job in the Spatula account we set up before. And here it is. So you can see how that looks. We've got the name here that I gave the whole job, Andrew's Burgers, and the pickup address. It'll only show here the next stop. So if you double click this, you'll see that there's actually 2 stops. So as soon as the driver completes the pickup, the delivery will show up on the map instead. And then down the bottom here, you can see the entire job with both stops showing up on the map. The job we sent through had no notes, or we said no comment, and had 0 valid fields for those, so that all looks correct. And it looks like we've made the connection work. So let's just see if I wanted you to do anything else in this step. Nope. So we've tested it, we created a job. that is job done, and we've created a job. If you've got any questions or you got stuck with that, then please add a comment and we'll try and help you troubleshoot. Otherwise, I will see you in the last and most fun step where we test it.